Well, this is daunting. I have an idea for a project, and I really want to start it. But the one thing I keep running up against, because I don't have any, is of course money. I need money to, get mics, to get headphones, to start this project that I want. But I'm also realizing that I can start small, like this moment here, looking at a camera, looking at a camera that's my iPhone so I can see myself in the corner and wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Pardon. But it's odd because this project is also me putting myself out there and curating who I am to present to the public, who I want to be, how I want to be viewed. It's weird because I've never really had to do that before. But that's a lie. I have had to do that before. I've done it every day of my life. Hello, squeaky chair. How do I present myself in such a way that people get the impression that I want to leave on them? Do I want to leave a good impression? Yes. Do I particularly like this person? No. Do I have to let them know that I don't like them? No. Although when I get better, yes. But that's off topic. I don't know, it's weird. It's really weird talking to a camera because there's no back and forth. And the whole... I want to start a podcast. That's the project. I should put that out in words. I want to start a podcast. But that will be easier, hopefully, because there will be someone else to talk to and there will be something to keep my hands busy while I speak, instead of me just staring it into a little tiny lens and hoping for the best. That whatever I ramble at this camera makes sense to someone somewhere. Even if it's not me? I don't know. I'm just feeling at a loss lately. I need money because I want to start this project bigger and start it in such a way that it actually ends up doing well, but I also have to remember that I'm 17. Although I'm almost 18 in September, Jesus. But I'm only 17, so I don't know what I'm doing. And that's okay. I keep having to remind myself that it's okay that I don't know what I'm doing. I am going to get there. I'm going to be okay. I just have to push through this moment. That everything may seem life-ending or world-ending at this very moment, but I'm still cooking. My brain matter is still, figuring out what it's doing in there, making connections and becoming who I am, even though I'm not sure who I am. And then we get back to the image I want to present to other people. And then it becomes a matter of who is that person that I want to present. And then we just keep walking in circles, talking in circles, thinking in circles, whatever. And I don't know how I'm going to end up at the point that I want to end up at. That's okay. I have to remind myself that that's okay. And even if it sounds very false, if it rings false when it falls from my lips, that's fine. Because I'm going to get there. And it's one step at a time. And steps with friends. And steps alone. And steps with family. But, so it goes. I've never been very good at journaling. And that may seem like a complete non sequitur, but I've never been very good at journaling. It's hard for me. I worry that someone's going to find it and read it, read whatever I don't want them to read whatever I really can't afford to have someone else to read. But at the same time, when I do journal, it sounds like I'm writing for someone else, wanting someone else to find it, wanting someone else to read it. Maybe I'm constant, even when I'm writing in my journal, I'm talking as if I'm talking to someone else because I'm worried about someone else finding it. So I write as though it's a conversation piece to somebody else, which is odd. It's like I don't even trust my own thoughts to make sense to myself when I read them later, so I pose them as if they're to somebody else. Which, I guess makes sense, but it's still weird. I don't even know how this clip will end up, I don't know what it'll look like when I play it back to myself. I don't know if I'm actually going to even send this out into the world. I'm, still thinking about curating who I am. How do I do that? How do I how do I do that? I think that's the full thought. How do I do that? Do I, start using filters on Instagram and perfectly shooting every picture and being really cautious about what I'm doing? Do I make my personal account public, or do I start a whole nother account? How do I juggle 2 different accounts? What goes where? Personal, private. Well, those are the same things. Personal, public. How do I choose that? Not that I don't think I can, it's just a matter of juggling, and I've never been very good at juggling, but I think I could do that. I'm looking at my future right now as 17-year-old Clara, who's about to probably be finished with high school in the fall because of online high school running differently and the choices that I've made. I'm looking at myself and I'm wondering how I'm going to move forward and when I'm going to move forward, because I need to apply to a job this summer. But I'm stalling because I'm terrified because, anxiety around certain issues. We'll get through it. It's fine. But I'm looking to the future and I'm terrified because I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Not really. I have some very vague and some very fanciful dreamings of what I want to be when I grow up, but I'm not really sure. And I hate that. I hate the uncertainty of not knowing what I want to be. And it's hard. And I keep saying things like that. It's hard, it's weird, it's bizarre, it's strange, it's jarring, it's weird. I probably already said that one, but that's how my brain works right now. I'm looking to the future and I'm wondering what I'm going to be doing. There was a point where I thought I wanted to be a voice actor. There's still a part of me that wants to do that on a small scale, lend my voice to some project, because I've always loved that. There's a part of me that wanted to be a lawyer. Still think that's really good. Don't know if I have the follow through for that though. There's part of me that really wants to be a child advocate for children and the healthcare system. Like someone who is there for the child specifically, who can be an advocate for the child, speak to the doctors, be like, the kid is feeling this, this, and this. You're not paying attention to this issue because, and I think that's skewing this whole diagnosis like way off. Or even just, be a comforting presence, because it's terrifying to be in a hospital when you're a little kid. I should know. But, it's just, I think the most happiness and confidence I've had in something, in a project, in a very long time was the theater project I was involved in sophomore year. because I knew what my job was. I knew what my role was. I knew I showed up. I took care of props. I listened to the directors. I helped my stagehands. I managed them. I made sure they knew they were appreciated and that I really, you know, I really appreciated what they were doing and that they were doing a great job and we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. You've got it. So when someone was panicking, I was there and I was like, hey, it's okay. We've got this. In the meanwhile, of course, I was running around like a chicken with its head cut off a couple times because I was panicking. But that's okay. You know, that's how life goes. You panic, but I was also on top of things. I'd panic, but I'd panic for a moment and then I'd get shit done because that's what had to be done. There was a lot riding on me having everything where it was supposed to be on time and being there for the correct stage cues and managing all my little minions. An ever-evolving cast of minions because everyone will be switched out, but you know, that's life. And I was really happy with that role. I had a lot of fun with that role. I had a lot of confidence in that role because I knew what my job was. And now here we are, June something, I think it's the 25th. I'm not sure. I haven't, really needed to look at a calendar properly for the past couple days because school's over. I'm 17, nearly 18. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my summer. I know I want a job, but I'm terrified to turn in any applications because then I'm up for judgment for some other person to decide whether or not I'm worthy of a job, even though I need this much experience to get the job, but I'm a brand new worker. Anyways. It's just a lot. And I want to go back to that feeling I had, even though I wasn't in my best place during that project, I was still, happy and confident doing that project. I want to go back to doing creative things. I want to go back to helping other people get their vision out there. Whatever it is, even if it's a small episodic of Musketeers over 4 months, which was a mess on wheels. Sorry, a dumpster fire on wheels rolling into the ocean. It was bad, okay guys? It was really bad. It was fun, but it was a fucking mess. Let's be real here. And I want to go back to that feeling because I had a lot of fun. I felt appreciated. I felt like I was a part of a team. I was helping other people get what they wanted done and out there. And I like being behind the scenes. But at the same time, I'm finding that I really like being out there at the same time in ways that I get to orchestrate. If I'm in control, there we go. If I'm in control of how others are viewing me and how I'm out there and the capacity in which I'm out there, I'm pretty happy with that. If I can be visible, not just the puppet master behind the scenes, because I let's be honest though, I was never really the puppet master. I was like puppet master's assistant who's helping with like the bird over in the corner. But I want to go back to that. That is a spider. Hello, spider. I want to go back to that because I had a lot of fun with it. I liked the control with which I had. So, here's whatever this 14 or so minute long ramble has been. I'm not sure if this is ever going to see the light of day. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm here. I'm talking to the camera. I'm now looking at my image instead of the camera. Hello. This is probably only going to be seen by one of my friends, maybe two, but ramble hard, shall we? I'm really good at rambling. If rambling could be a job career, like a career, and just rambling, I think I could do it. Let me just ramble about shit for like 15 minutes at your face and pay me. It could be done, you know? It could be done.